Nissan Stadium in Tennessee. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the Tennessee Titans. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Set, ready, 50, plant. 54. If you don't get this one, you think you won't get this?
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Kill. Check. Topper. Hey, echo. Go.
On play action, they'll throw. Well, he was looking for Parker, but it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he's going to score. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Hey, lock it. Check 15.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Ready.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go.
2nd and 6. He finds an opening past the 40. Open man is Jacob Hollister. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
And the Dolphin first down.
Here we go. 8, read. Get it.
They'll look to throw here on first down. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Now back to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The end result, 21 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. They'll run here with Balazs. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. There. Under 10. Leo.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this is incomplete, but a flag back at the line of scrimmage. And this could be a 1st down. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. They run it with Balazs. And he's going to ball his way into the end zone for the Dolphins score. Kalen Balazs, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Mariota and the Titans break the huddle. 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Mike 55.
Now Mariota. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Raekwon McMillan gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
52's the mic right here over there, right? 52's the mic. Buzz. Watch the pass. Hey, Mike 52. Coming for you. Hey, Mike 52.
Mariota. And he completes it to Hunt. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Hatchet. Three.
Off the play fake, Mariota. He finds Corey Davis. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A big play, Mariota to Davis. 51 yards. Mariota on 1st down. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on his first drive. Instead, 2nd down. Now, keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first-quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in the air, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember those 3 interception games. It can be contagious, give you a little momentum.
They really can, and it doesn't matter whether it's one person or if you spread them across your entire defense. Everybody wants a piece of that pie.
That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down and 6.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And the kick by Elliott is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Now a short one to Gesicki. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Second and 9 now. They'll set up the screen to Balaj. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Back to throw here. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
Check 3, check 3. Kill. Hey, watch it.
Now Balaj. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Let's go. 15 line. 15 line.
Pull it together.
Hey, foxtrot.
Mike 29. He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Get it.
2nd and 13. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Watch his play. Watch his play. 54.
Hey, seam 6.
54. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
Hit it.
He'll look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. This is caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Here we go.
You had to figure they'd take a shot downfield on 3rd and long, so the old cliche came into mind right away for me. Who wants it more? You always hear about receivers, you hear about their hands, their moves, their speed. How about the positioning and the desire to go get that one out of the air?
Set, ready? 60 Pittsburgh.
Switch up. Check it back. Shoot.
Hey, Sam on. Clear. 2.
Here's a run with Balaj. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Kalen Balaj with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Dolphins are going to jump back in front. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, Mariota. Completes it to Davis. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A very solid gain of 27.
That's another Titans first down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 36. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And this is going to be hauled in. Oh, what a catch at the 10. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
It's caught by Davis. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
At the 3-yard line.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
You ain't doing nothing today.
They'll try to run with Hunt. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Titans have once again taken the lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 17-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
2nd and 10. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. And they try to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down.
That was a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work on a little bit more.
Hey, Charlie.
29 is Mike. Mike 29. Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball. 29 is Mike. Mike 29.
Ready?
They'll look to throw here. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Titan football. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Mariota. It's caught. Smith. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get there. Check safety, check safety.
One.
No, check that. We want Mike 52 right here.
Play action now. Mariota. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
At the 29-yard line.
Set. 8-3.
Check. Watch 54.
Rock it. You're out.
Check 3. Check.
On the Jets sweep, here's Grant. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Ready?
Mike 29. Get that quarterback.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Get that quarterback.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
Mike 29.
Get up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Drew Kaiser now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Returnable for Grant. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Mariota. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
On 3rd down, Mariota. He gets it to Brown. Complete. Touchdown, Titans. Touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Got it.
This quarterback now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10.
Wide, get wide. No. Check 24, check 24.
Watch out.
Milage. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this 1st half. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Go.
54's Mike. Check. Watch it.
Here's 2nd and 8. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this 1st half of play.
Ready.
An extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Incomplete. It's 4th down.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down.
Check, Mike 54. Mike 54. Check. Right there, 54. Right there. 54, Mike. Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball.
They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Let's put that team on the bus. 3. Mike 52. Mike 52, fellas, let's go. Thing is a loss. We take good, too.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Uncorks one for Davis. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Titans. Corey Davis. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Watch 54. Ready?
5.
Quick throw caught out wide by Valdez-Scantling. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Following the interception here, Mariota. This will be caught by Brown. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 39 yards there, a big one.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. This is Hunt on the draw play. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
You better bring. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
Not today, you are. Not today.
Mariota now. Got him in. It's Brown. And they are able to get 9 yards out of that, but now it's 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Let's go.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Second and 11. And he's got it complete to Anderson. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield, or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Here we go. Mike's 5'4". Mike's 5'4". Mike's 5'4". I don't think you got it, son. Let's go.
They'll look to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami 1st. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
That's
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I'm here all day.
Look at me. Go. Check 13. Check 13.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Say.
Now.
Again, it's Balaj. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
That's going to be a long day. 29 is
Yes.
got one. 29 is Mike. Mike did.
Back to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Now, they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard.
Watch 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
To throw is Mariota. Flushed out right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
No, check that. We got Mike 52 right here.
They go play action. Mariota. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got a man. Complete. There he goes left side. Touchdown. 79 yards. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Well, they went play action there and set it up nicely for him. I mean, he can flat fly, and they hit him downfield.
And it doesn't take much to create that extra bit of space that a guy of his speed needs. If you go play action, all you want is just a moment where the guy's covering, take their attention somewhere else, and then he's by him. And once he's by him, there's no catching him. As they always like to say, if a receiver's even to a defensive back, that means he's leaving.
Unless that DB is Charles Davis, right?
In that case, he left me alone.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half. okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Back now in Nashville, a lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
He'll look to throw. He'll set up the screen to Balaj. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. The Dolphins on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll set up to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Hey, Alpha.
Mike's by 4. Watch it.
Go. Ready.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position.
Check 52's the mic. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, huh?
They'll run on 1st down. Hunt. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's the former Heisman winner. It's Derrick Henry. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Blue 18.
52's the mic. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me.
3.
You don't want me. Hey, switch gears.
Again, it's Henry. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Snap. 180.
Hey, eat. Come on, D. Out.
1.
A 1st down carry for Henry. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Let's go. Check.
Mariota gives to Henry. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Titans on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This time it's 3rd and 3.
He's coming. Double up. Double
One.
up. Double up.
They'll try to run for the 1st down with Hunt. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. And this a 39-yard attempt. And Elliott puts this one through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
2nd and 6. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Hey, high 7.
54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
Now.
Mike's by 4. Mike's by 4. I got wide.
They go.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
Let's go.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw here. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. They're going to look to throw. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Jarrell Casey in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. They'll drop the throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
29 is the Mike. Mike 29. I'm going to run you over. Yep. Run you over. 29 is the Mike. Mike.
Look. Squeeze.
Defense, let's get out the field. Defense.
Come. Shoot.
They'll look to throw here. Completes this one to Meredith. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. Boy, not deterred from those first 2 failed attempts. They're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down.
218, chopper.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Well, Charles.